Hello, all. Welcome to the first of Santosh's Ruminations, where I will take you through the gist of one of Robin Sharma's bestseller book, The 5 a.m. Club. Robin Sharma, if you have not heard, is one of the top leadership experts worldwide. He has authored other bestsellers like The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, The Leader Who Had No Title, and Who Will Cry When You Die, to name a few. He also is a popular public speaker and does consulting engagements for large corporations on leadership and employee engagement. This book offers an advice on how you can make use of the early hours of the morning to attain remarkable achievements. The book takes us through the fictional day with three characters: a frustrated artist trying to find ways to fuel his creativity, an entrepreneur who's inching slowly into a state of depression due to failures and fighting competition, and a billionaire who's been extremely successful both financially as well as on a personal front and is keen to pass on his knowledge to the duo. He teaches them the importance of starting their day early. If you are wondering why pick 5 a.m. in the first place, well, as per Robin Sharma, 5 a.m. is the time of least distraction, highest human glory, and greatest peace. Firstly, all of us have limited cognitive bandwidth. Think of it like a fully charged battery. Throughout the day, our attention is given more and more to things like phone calls, news, messages, social media, to name a few, which uses the best part of this bandwidth. As a result, it becomes hard to concentrate on important things by the time we hit lunchtime. By getting up at 5 a.m., we have a brilliant opportunity to focus on high value activity without our brain getting distracted. This is akin to running with a fully charged battery. The brain's prefrontal cortex, that zone that makes you worry or analyze things over and over, is temporarily shut down in these peaceful early hours. The peace and tranquility of this time of the day stimulates the production of dopamine, which is the feel good hormone, and serotonin, which helps you to stabilize our mood. The stress inducing hormone, cortisol, is also at its lowest during this early hours. This in turn helps you to enter a state of flow. Flow, as per Robin, is the mind state that all top performers dwell in their finest moments. It is a state of mind that top performers, be it sportsmen, composer, or scientists, are able to exhibit their peak performance. You will find that if you get up at 5 a.m., you will be more focused and more productive for the entire day as a result. It has been observed that most of the high achievers have a habit of waking up early, be it Sir Branson, Jack Dorsey, Tim Cook, Indra Nooyi, or Bob Iger, to name a few. Remember, if you want to get the result of the top 5%, you would need to do what the other 95% are not doing. Our brain is like a muscle. The more you challenge, the better it becomes. Robin Sharma also goes on to explain how we could achieve great things. The four key traits, as per him, to do so are: number one, capitalization IQ. It is not the natural talent one is born with, but that drive to maximize it. Like the old saying, it is not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. It is important to remember that dedication and discipline always trumps brilliance and giftedness every day of the week. The second point is freedom from distraction. It is critical to remove everything that distracts you from what is important. Waking up at 5 a.m. will help you gain distraction free time in the morning. The third trait is day stacking. If you do small things every day, it will have a greater result than doing big things once a while. That is, if you enhance your skill by just 1% every day, you will improve approximately around 30% in a month, and say 365% in a year. The fourth trait Robin talks about is personal mastery practice. Your creativity, productivity, and prosperity are all an effect of what is going on inside you. If you want to master yourself, spend the distraction free early hours of the morning working deeply on your mindset, health, emotional, and spirituality. Waking up at 5 a.m. for a day or two is not going to bring magical results in our life. Rather, it needs to be deep rooted within us as a habit. Robin explains that there are three stages, each 22-day long, before you can install a habit deeply. He calls this the habit installation protocol. In his words, all changes are hard at first, messy in the middle, but gorgeous at the end. The first 22 days, what he calls as the destruction phase, would be the toughest, and it is key that we don't give up at this stage. Our mind exerts maximum resistance and tests our willpower. This is because we are essentially rewriting the past patterns and destroying old ways of operating. The next 22 days, called the installation phase, would be a bit messy since you are now going through a change similar to doing an interior renovation to your house. You know how messy it can be. This stage will make you feel confused, stressed out, and frustrated. You will feel like quitting even more, but stick on. In reality, you are growing, closing in. Remember, in all disorder, there is a secret order. In the last 22 days, the integration phase, you will notice that the new habit starts solidifying and you will begin to realize the fruits of your hard work and perseverance. This stage should be relatively easier in comparison to the ones before, since you are now seasoned. At the end of the 66 days, the new habit of waking up at 5 a.m. becomes an automatic routine. You no longer will need to flex your willpower. This habit has now reached atomicity point. Now that we have arrived how to set up the habits, let's see what we should do in that magical first hour in our next video. If you're interested in reading the book or hearing the audiobook for this, the link can be found in the description of this video. See you in the next video. Have a magical day. Cheers.